सफर हुआ न हुआ, राहगीर मौज में है। जमीन घूम रही है और फकीर मौज में है। अगर मौज में रहना है तो समझना है। समझना क्या है वो ही हम आपको बता रहे हैं। सो टू ऑल द सेल्फ एक्सप्लोरर्स अक्रॉस द ग्लोब, वेलकम टू द माइंडफुल मिरर विद मी, माइंडफुली विद Banjul. The episode today is understanding myself through proposals. Proposals of nature, principles of nature, but we only give them to you as proposals. Some of them I must have covered earlier in my episodes, but this is a compilation of all the proposals. So let's start. The first question is, why should I understand myself? Well, we must understand ourselves because our primary purpose on earth is to comprehend whatever is. जो जैसा है वैसा समझना है. We should not make any mistakes on that. Additionally, we should not be influenced by the incompetence of others. दूसरे की अयोग्यता से प्रभावित न होना ही मेरी योग्यता है. We should also help others to understand themselves and lead a mistake-free life. We are above the food chain mainly because of two reasons. We are the ones given the responsibility to make this world a better place. And only two things differentiate us from the animal world. One is kalpnashilta, the power of imagination. And second is freedom of action on our imagination, karya kushalta. The natural order will be more in harmony if the human world, who have been given these powers, understands the principles of nature and lives in coexistence. All the problems we face is because of the lack of understanding of the system, and our actions have destroyed more than we have created. Well, we must understand what is the satisfaction of human beings in the field of imagination, which is experience. Experience is the satisfaction in the field of imagination. And the satisfaction of human beings in the field of freedom of action is blissfulness in nature. क्या प्रकृति अपनी मौज में है आपके आसपास? सोचिए जरा. अगर नहीं है तो something is wrong somewhere. So now let's understand some of the proposals that are put forward by Mr. Nagraj in the study of coexistence and take some time to think over that. Proposal number 1. Learning is an activity inbuilt in human beings. सीखना एक स्वाभाविक क्रिया है. We can understand this from a child who's born. एक बच्चा पैदा होते ही पूछता है, ये क्या है मम्मी, ये पापा, ये क्या है? What is this? ये क्यों करते हो आप? किस लिए चाहिए? उसके अंदर जिज्ञासा है समझने की, एक inquisitiveness है उसके अंदर, और ये inquisitiveness is common to all. Point number 2. The content of understanding is one. समझने का कंटेंट एक है. And whatever we understand, we can live with it. हम समझ गए 2/2 4 होता है. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. And we don't have a problem with that. Similarly, the law of gravity, the concept of electricity, these are no longer debatable issues. And that content, जो भी हमें समझने में आ गया है, हम उसके साथ जी रहे हैं. Point number 3. Human beings are united in right and divided in wrong. It is a very important point because this is the fight everywhere. But they are always united in right. When we understand that 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, there is no debate. We all understand that. However, let's take some controversial topics. We've just witnessed Diwali in India. And I live in the Delhi NCR region. Well, every year we have this problem of firecrackers and pollution. And a lot of my friends always say there was war that's happened between Russia and Ukraine. वहां तो कुछ नहीं हो रहा ओजोन लेयर को. हमने जरा सी फुलझड़ियां क्या छोड़ी इसके पीछे कंट्रोवर्सी हो जाती है. Everyone is exercising their right, their point in religion, but we are all divided because we know it's wrong. Well, there is no end to this, but as long as we understand the right and the wrong, we'll make the right decisions. Point number 4. We must verify the proposals and not believe in them because we are saying so. I have explained this earlier as well. We'll explain to you again. Anything that is believed without introspection is done only under 3 circumstances: greed, fear, and blind faith, which is a major cause of all the problems we face in the society today. Please think over the proposals, and only when they qualify under these 5 principles will you accept them. As I said earlier, it must be verifiable, it must be universal, it must be replicable, it must be logical, and it must be livable. Only when these parameters are met, it is a universal acceptance across the globe. Point number 5. The complete effort of the human race is to live in continuous happiness. निरंतर सुख की उपेक्षा है हमको. We want to live in happiness always. As you have read earlier or seen in my episode, where I have done me and the soul difference, we need happiness in continuity, and anything less than that won't do. All our efforts are directed to this cause. We must take all our actions to maintain this proposal, and this is the only way to remember the result, and happiness from any situation will depend on these two, on the way you take it. 95% of any problem or a solution to the problem is 95% will depend on how you take it, and only 5% will depend on what you make of it. आप कैसे उस परिस्थिति को समझते हो, 95% वाली प्रॉब्लम वहीं सॉल्व हो जाती है, and 5% only will left with what you make of it. It's very, very important to understand. आप एक प्रॉब्लम को कैसे लेते हो, 95%. Okay. Proposal number 6. Problems are not the cause of our sadness. It's not having solutions to the problem that worries us. हम प्रॉब्लम से नहीं घबराते, उसके सॉल्यूशन ना होने से घबराते हैं. Human beings are a solution making factory, and one person's problem is another person's opportunity. The moment we find solution to a problem, वो problem रहती नहीं है. We are at peace, we are in happiness. Example देते हैं, आपके हाथ में दर्द है. What do? You've been having a lot of pain. You go to a doctor, the doctor prescribes you a medicine. In 3-4 days, your pain goes away. Boom. That's no more a problem because you have a solution to it. Remember, we must find solutions to our problems. और अगर प्रॉब्लम है तो सॉल्यूशन है ही. सॉल्यूशन सिर्फ हमें पता नहीं. So we have to learn and understand in our daily lives. Also, we must now understand at point number 7, ये work और behavior में क्या difference है. To understand the difference between work and behavior, we must understand the meaning of work. Well, what is work? The labor done by humans with the natural order to produce materials and product is called work. वो कार्य है जो आप नेचर के साथ करते हो मटेरियल्स और प्रोडक्ट्स बनाने के लिए, उसे कार्य कहते हैं. And work is done in order to keep the body in comfort and to provide solutions to all the other human beings. These are more materialistic in nature and more body centric. शरीर को आराम के लिए बने हैं कार्य. What is behavior? Behavior is the relation and action done by humans with other humans to achieve happiness through mutual respect, love and trust. यहाँ प्रकृति के साथ नहीं, अपने दूसरे humans के साथ जो आप करते हो, respect, love, trust, एक दूसरे को, जिससे आपको खुशी मिलती है, That is called behavior. Behavior is done to achieve happiness in humans and to coexist with nature as a whole. This is emotional in nature and more soul centric. आत्मा की खुशी के लिए है. The last point of this episode is the nutshell of all human activities is, remember, is self-confidence and transformation. अगर ट्रांसफॉर्म नहीं हो रहे हो तो जी नहीं रहे हो. If we all can live in confidence, there will be peace in the family, satisfaction, fearlessness, and order in society, and complete blissfulness in nature. If we are able to transform ourselves from animal consciousness to human and then to superhuman consciousness, we have achieved our goal here on earth. So, as I always end it, लहज़ें बयां कर देते हैं कि परवरिश हुई है या पाले गए हो. See you at the next episode. Till then, namaskar from the Mindful Mirror.